Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Chris, and welcome back to my show. And today we're talking about Turo. And if you don't know, Turo is a platform similar to Airbnb. It's like the Airbnb for cars. So, just like with Airbnb, you can rent out your home to people almost like a hotel, but without the hotel. With Turo, you can rent out your vehicle to people. It's peer to peer. So, anyways, we're talking about Turo, but more than that, we're also going to be talking about the electric pickup truck market because it is heating up. So, of course, we have Tesla Cybertruck, we also have the Hummer, and we have Rivian. But more than all that, we have the Ford F-150 Lightning. That's right, Ford. Oh, sorry for the background noise. It's raining pretty hard right now. Ford just announced recently their own version of an electric pickup truck. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk about the earning potential of renting out the Tesla Cybertruck versus the Ford F-150 Lightning on Turo. So really quick, let's talk about some of the specs and let's talk about the release dates of these two vehicles. So with the Ford, they did say that they were planning on launching it in spring 2022. Now with the Tesla Cybertruck at the original event, Elon Musk said that it was going to be ready most likely by the end of 2021. But now he also said that I don't believe it was at the original event. It was a little later. He said that we would be lucky if the Cybertruck was ready this year. And considering that the Gigafactory in Texas is still being built, it's not done with construction yet, and that's where they're building the Tesla Cybertruck, I don't expect to see the Cybertruck launching until 2022, likely around the same time that the Ford is coming out. And that's the dual motor version of the Tesla Cybertruck. I pre-ordered the single motor version, and I also plan on renting it out on Turo as an investment almost. But the single motor of the Cybertruck probably won't be out quite as fast. But anyway, so without further ado, let's go ahead and compare some of the specs of these two vehicles, and then I want to show you something really interesting on the Turo website itself. So let's go ahead and look at the Ford F-150 Lightning. All right, there it is. Look at that. Okay, and then some of the specs that are interesting is that Ford has incorporated a lot of really unique features. So one of the things that they did incorporate in the truck is that there's a front trunk or a frunk. And now most Teslas have the frunk, but this Ford, I don't believe the Tesla Cybertruck is going to have the frunk because the whole Cybertruck is made out of I believe it's aluminum and it's like one piece of metal. Whereas the Ford is multiple different pieces, so they're able to put a frunk, which is really cool. A couple other interesting, notable features about the Ford F-150 Lightning is that there's power outlets. It's 9.6 kilowatts of energy. And they do say, like, let's say something happens to your home, you could plug your house into your Ford electric vehicle and power it for up to 3 days. And it's also great if you have a trailer or electric tools, you could power those too. Now, we know that the Cybertruck will also have plugins available, but we don't know how many kilowatts and how much power it'll have. So that's something notable. Now, the two trucks have similar ranges as far as how far they can go on their battery life, but the charging time is a little bit different. So the Ford vehicle says that it could charge anywhere from 10 to 80% within under 45 minutes. Now, the Tesla Cybertruck says that it could be pretty much almost full charge at 25 minutes. And this is because Tesla's battery technology is pretty advanced. Now, it's also something to note is the widespread supercharger stations, the supercharger network, gives Tesla the competitive advantage here as far as that goes. Something else notable between the two vehicles is that Ford only has 5 seats, whereas the Tesla Cybertruck has 6 seats, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, now that we went through the specs and you can see the vehicle a little bit, let's go ahead and look at Turo because that's the biggest thing I want to talk about is because for some people like me, I want to purchase an electric pickup truck to use obviously, but also to rent out. I want this to be almost like a rental property that I can earn some money while also using the vehicle, in my spare time and renting it out when I'm not using it. And so a lot of people do have this idea, and something cool too is the Cybertruck will likely qualify for the bonus depreciation. Section 179 says that, big lightning. As far as taxes, we can depreciate this vehicle up to 100% if it's over 6,000 pounds. So the Tesla Cybertruck does look like it'll fit that criteria. We don't know if the F-150 will, the Lightning, Other Ford F-150s are only around 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. But the heavy batteries in the Ford, they have had to do some work on that to make sure that the truck can support that. So it likely will be a heavier truck. So it probably will also qualify for bonus depreciation. So, it looks like the two vehicles are similar. They both look really cool. They both have similar ranges, close enough price ranges as well. I believe the Ford's a little bit more than the Tesla. But what I found interesting is if you did want to rent this vehicle out, like I do, then there's something to consider there, because check this out. So when you're scrolling on Turo, or Turo, however you say it, and you scroll down, the first thing that I always notice is right here. Right here, you can see they have the different car types. They have Jeeps, Tesla's number 2, Subaru, Porsche, BMW, and then you keep scrolling, Mercedes, Toyota, Nissan, Lamborghini, and there's Ford towards the end. But yeah, Ford is very much at the end. It's not spotlighted quite as much. That's the first thing I wanted to note. Also, what I thought was interesting is when you're browsing vehicles, hold on, I have to get there first. It's really hard to browse for trucks, which I found was really interesting. So that's something to note as well, is that it's not per se as easy as you might think to rent out just a general Ford truck, considering that it's not quite as easy to find to find the truck. See, it's not the platform. See, I'm right now. I'm looking for the place to search. It's not. They don't make it super simple. So let's just do a random city. Let's say Miami. Let's see if this would be it. All right, there we go. So here's some cars in Miami. Nice. And then, yeah, there it is. So if you want to search by truck, right? So let's say you're trying to see, what other trucks compare to. It's not, they don't make it super easy to find. So you have to go here to more filters, vehicle type, scroll down. Here we go, trucks. All right. And you can see for trucks that on average, it's around $100 a day, $99 a day. Those are some of the older trucks. Here's a newer truck, Jeep Gladiator. That's $250 a day. So that's a really good one as far as pricing goes. But let's look at the Teslas, because these trucks are pretty much around the same price. $100 price range per day. And then, there's the outliers that are kind of, the newer ones that are more expensive. And I would assume that the Ford F-150 Lightning would be considered one of the newer ones that are more expensive. But if you look at the Teslas, that's really the main thing. Teslas on average, are making close to $200 a day. Now, of course, you'll see some of the older ones here, like this 2012 Tesla Model S. It's only renting for $99 a day. That's nothing crazy. It's not crazy. But other than that, I mean, the averages for Tesla are much higher than the truck. Here, let me go ahead and search for Tesla like I did with the truck search. Give me 1 second. Because that's the biggest thing, is that the averages are just vastly different. All right. Ooh. Let me find Tesla. All right, and let's just do a random city. Let's do Miami, just for comparison's sake, because that's what we were doing last time. All right, so the Tesla is in Miami right now. You can rent $225, $130, $320. That's a Mercedes. Oh, interesting. I wonder why they're not showing me just Teslas. They're showing me a lot of the nice cars. But yeah, on average, these Teslas are considered some of the higher quality purchases, not even purchases, higher quality rentals. They go for more. As compared to trucks, there's a little bit less demand for them. So I found that really, really interesting. And I think that's a pretty big factor to consider when you're making your decision if you want to go with the Ford F-150 or if you want to go with the Tesla Cybertruck. You have to look at the rental potential. And I do personally think that from this analysis, from Turo, we could see that Tesla has the brand name. Turo tends to push the Tesla brand, the Tesla's cars, the vehicles, they push those more on the website. As compared to just trucks, like you saw, I had a really hard time even finding trucks on Turo. It took me like at least a few minutes. And the consumers aren't likely to go searching for something unless it pops right up, or unless they really need a truck for like a moving day or something like that. So that's notable. This is something really big to consider, is that Turo pushes Tesla. And to consider is that Turo, you can list your Teslas for more than on average than trucks are. So I also wanted to show one more thing that I thought was interesting about Turo, just something to note. is that Turo does take their commission. They do take their share. So right here, we could see that Turo takes 15 to 40% of the rental costs. But that also covers insurance for the vehicle and advertising on the site. So that is nice, but you have to consider that that's a pretty large, up to 40%. So let's say you're renting out your vehicle for $100, easy math. 40%, I mean that's $40. So you're taking only $60 home. Not bad, passive income. But I will say that you have to look at that when making your decision. Overall, this doesn't the Ford for a brief second I saw the Ford. I saw how cool it was, and part of me was like, maybe I'll do the Ford. Maybe I'll do that. But when it compares to the Cybertruck, I mean, there's no comparison. There really is no comparison. Um, and yeah, I honestly, I can't wait for my Cybertruck. I plan on probably getting it at the end of 2022. We'll see what happens as far as that goes, because like I said, production is not even started yet because Gigafactory Texas is still under construction over at Tesla Motors. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I think it's really cool that the electric vehicle market has picked up so much. We can see the competition building. Specifically, you look at the Ford, obviously, but if you also look at Rivian, they're another one of those electric EV pickup trucks that's going to be a pretty big game changer, as well as the Hummer. They're bringing Hummer back. If you didn't see that, they're bringing it back. The issue with the new Hummer is it's super expensive. I think the starting price is over 100K. So they said they plan to reduce those costs over the next few years. But yeah, the electric vehicle market is picking up alongside the electric pickup truck market. My clear winner is still the Tesla Cybertruck, even though it does look significantly more funky compared to the Ford. The Ford's a much more traditional look and style and build. But either way, they're both very good vehicles. Hopefully, they both qualify for bonus depreciation, if you could write that off. And I mean, they both will be great for renting on Turo, but I do think there is a strikingly big difference between renting out a Tesla and renting out just a Ford or a general truck. I think Turo really will push the Teslas quite a bit more. It seems like the website has just a liking for that. And if you're interested in learning more about Turo, Ryan Pineda actually has a really great series that he just launched, where he rented out a vehicle on Turo, then he rented out his own vehicle. It's very informational. So make sure to check that out if you haven't already. Turo is a great side hustle. And if you're looking for more side hustles, make sure to check out all the other videos on the channel, because there are plenty. There are plenty of side hustle videos and more to come. So make sure to subscribe. All right, I'm signing off. It is raining pretty bad, so I hope I don't lose connection. So I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you soon. Tesla Cybertruck, let's go.